We start with a point. Hi everybody, welcome back. It's Rob Bryant, and once again in the Imagining the 10th Dimension video blog, and today's entry is called Rebecca Black and QWOP. And I need to give you some context here because the text version of this entry that I'm reading from today was published on April 10th, 2011. And you'll see why I need to tell you that in a minute. Back at the beginning of 2008, I started something I call the Google Suggestions Time Capsule Project. And every Sunday since then, I've taken a moment to type the 26 letters of the alphabet into my Google search and make notes of what suggested search items come up as Google's 26 picks for the most likely information I would be looking for in relation to those single letters. Using this as a way of tracking the zeitgeist, the popular culture meme space of the predominantly American culture internet, has been interesting, and there have been some notable shifts that have happened over the almost 3.5 years that I've been tracking this. And here's a few I'd like to point out today. The very first list I made note of contained Zoe Zane as the suggestion for the letter Z, or Z as Americans say, which may well prove to be the only time the assumed name of a murdered internet porn actress will come up as the #1 suggestion for a letter. Now here's that first list in its entirety. This is from January 6, 2008. Amazon, Best Buy, Craigslist, Dictionary, eBay, Facebook, Google, Hotmail, IMDb, John Lewis, Kohl's, LimeWire, MySpace, Next, Orkut, PayPal, QVC, RedTube, Sears, Target, YouTube, Verizon, Wikipedia, Xtube, YouTube, Zoe Zane. 2 weeks later, Zoe's name was gone from the list. In fact, it's turned out to be relatively rare for people's names to appear in this list at all. Obama appeared at the beginning of March 2008, only to be replaced by Google's social networking site Orkut before the month was done. In November 2008, for 1 week only, we saw John McCain, Obama, and Sarah Palin appear as the suggestions for J, O, and S, and this was in the week of the American elections, of course. The following week, Jennifer Hudson appeared as the replacement suggestion for J, a remarkable bit of pop culture since she came in 7th in the 2004 American Idol competition, received a 2006 Academy Award for her role in the film Dreamgirls, but it was the release of her debut record album in 2008 that finally vaulted her to the top of the Google list for 6 weeks. Interestingly, Obama, now the President of the US, also stayed at the top of the list for 6 weeks. While John McCain lasted 1 and Sarah Palin lasted 3. Obama returned to the list in January 2009, this time staying there for 7 weeks. But after that, we were not to see another person's name at the top of the list until this week. Rebecca Black, the internet teen sensation people love to hate, appears this week as the top response for the letter R. Her video Friday is currently at well over 100 million views on YouTube, but the like-dislike ratio is what's completely unusual. Almost 3 million people have given the video a thumbs down, and only about 400,000 have given it thumbs up. Wired magazine published a cover story in 2008 about people who are internet famous. Rebecca seems to be a shining example of that term. But speaking of internet famous, ever hear of QWOP? It just finished a 7-week run as the top result for Q. This simple flash game asks you to control an Olympic runner using 4 letters on your keyboard, QWOP. For me, this one was remarkable because unlike the Rebecca Black story, I've seen almost no one in the media talking about this game, and yet it's the #1 search suggestion. Yet another example of how the internet has become its own medium? You bet. Next time, we'll be looking at what's known as the twins paradox, as we look at an entry called Pole 74, Twins, Photons, and Mass. My name is Rob Bryant. Enjoy the journey.